Okay, so recently I watched Harley and Scale Builder Guild's YouTube, and they were making speakers, and I was like, ah, that'd be cool. So here's version 1. I'm making this for the bed of the tow truck that I'm making for my buggies and stuff. So this was like the dimensions insert clip. So these were the dimensions, I'm pretty sure, well, of the back of the bed before I changed it. But I was like, oh, big box, because we got these little full range. They're full range, but they play pretty low. I'm not quite sure. I'd have to look up the specs. I'll insert the information here. This is the 8 ohm version. They make a 4 ohm version as well. It just helps when you're trying to series parallel multiple of these together. And then they also make like a passive radiator, which is really cool. Helps with bass, which is what I've been experimenting with. And then there's like another size. These are only 2 watts. These bigger ones I think are 10 watts. And then I'll show you some more speakers here in a second. But this was the first box. I was like, oh, big port. I didn't know what I was thinking, right? Big port. Port's nice though because you can get the lid off. But I was like, oh, we'll make it like round inside, yada yada. I put up the amplifier back here. It screws in, comes through. Boom, screw in, then screw in your speakers. Then we got a port here that you insert a XT30, and then you can just plug and play. This worked all right. But it sounded like more like a horn because of how big the port was. So we deleted the port with version 2. This is that terminal thing I was talking about that holds an XT30. We actually took some airspace out of it to try to reduce this actual airspace inside. This actually worked a lot better. But then I was like, why stop at 2? Well, I wanted to reduce the airspace even more. And I had found another Bluetooth amplifier that was even smaller that I was going to use, one of these. But I'm not a huge fan. I have a couple different versions. I have this one as well. I think this one's like 10 watts or something, and I believe this one's 5 watts per channel. The ones that I'm using in the other ones I think are 15 or 30, who knows what they actually are. Then I was like, all right, let's go big or go home. So I made this. Actually, I made this. And then I resized the bed and it didn't fit no more. This was actually another passive radiator. I don't know where it's at, but you'll see one here soon. And then just 6 of these bad boys. But then when I bought the speakers, I was like, oh no, I bought only 2 more. And then I bought these 4 small ones. I actually bought 6 or 7 or 8. And then I bought 4 of the tweeters. These are 10 watt tweeters, and I think these are the 2 watt. I think these are 4 ohm. But these are the amplifiers that I've been using. I don't know, they're kind of big, but they're all right. I've been looking around if anybody knows any more about Bluetooth amplifiers and knows of a good one, let me know. But I like this one the best. I haven't tried the other one, but this one you need to regulate it to 5 volts, so I don't like that. This one will take anywhere from like 8 to 38 volts, so you can plug a 6S in this bad boy and it'll work. I use it on 4S. It seems to work pretty good. But this thing, this is that passive radiator I was talking about, kind of helps with the bass. But this thing was pretty cool. But then I was like, let's see, try to make another one, and I really enjoy this one. This one has a passive radiator on top, a round one. We have a tweeter, a mid-range, tweeter, mid-range, and another tweeter with that same amplifier. I also made this one like disconnect, so you can parallel series wire, change them in and out. These ones were all soldered together, and it was kind of a pain in the butt. This battery also goes in here and bolts inside. which is cool and all, but I don't think these things have like a regulator, and I don't know how long. And I need to put like a beeper LiPo alarm in there. I'm scared. So this one, I figured I'd just run another XT30 out the back and then plug it in like in junction with the actual truck battery, since it's going to be a big battery inside of there. Run just a wire out to the parallel connection on the battery plug. But I'll power these two up here and kind of show you the difference between the two. Alright, this is one thing I don't like about it, is plugging it in. It's loud. Volume warning.
Bluetooth mode.
Need to figure that out. And also, I don't know if you can hear that. There's a slight little hummerino coming out of it. But let me log on to the Bluetooth. Alright, we're connected to the Bluetooth.
Out in the barn with my welder spark, shaping steel into a tiny work of art. Open tube spinning round the vise, miniature buggies nights underneath the lights. Driving stakes, setting dates in the dirt, run them through, watch them smoothly skirt. Printed jigs, each piece starts to align, welding them together on a small assembly line.
I'll find another song to play here. Hold on. So, kind of show you what it sounds like without the bottom on it, and then I'll flip it over and show you what it sounds like enclosed. It's crazy difference. Remind you that this is a little Bluetooth speaker with a little Bluetooth module, so not the best quality of sound, but thoroughly impressive for what's coming out of it. I'm gonna switch over to the other speaker. We'll see if we'll see a difference. Alright, this speaker's got the same module in it, but it's got the same amount of tweeters, but instead of those mid-range drivers, 4 of these, and 2 of these it has 4 of just the things and then a passive radiator on top instead of that big long one. Let's see what this one sounds like. Alright, we are connected now to this one. With the next song, Mega Bass. This thing definitely kicks a lot harder. This thing's heavier and it's moving around. Yeah, dude, this thing gets it. This is so sweet. I love these little speakers. These ones are sweet. These little Dayton audios. I think they're like $7 on the Parts Express website. I'll put up a link. You guys get these. Don't buy them off Amazon. You get ripped off. That's where I found them at first. But then I was like, oh, dude, I'll go to Parts Express. Literally less than half the price. These things are sweet. These things, I love the excursion that you get out of them. I just want to find like a really cool amp, like with the, I don't know, I like the ones with the Bluetooth modules built in, but I don't know, we'll see. If any of you guys know about those or have a good link to one, or if the separate units are better than the all-in-one units, I'd be curious to see. But this thing's gonna be sweet in the back of the truck. I guess I could show you guys the truck now that we're done tinkering around with these. Oh man, this thing's sweet. I really enjoy audio, and the micro size stuff has just been so fun. These tweeters really get it. They're like way up there, and then these will play pretty low. I don't know, I'd have to do some testing and see how low we can get these to actually play, but they move. Alright, this is the tow truck, class 0. Little guy that I've been working on. It's like a 2500 GMC Sierra. Single cab, regular bed, dually. This thing's sweet. Been working, trying to get everything fitting just right. It looked cool all slammed out. Get it a squatter. That's funny. This thing's got some pretty good travel to it too. I like how the wheels tuck up inside. Fenders. Built me some sliders and then like notched the body to where they like help key the body in there and get them. I didn't have to do no crazy bends and stuff. Did me a little bumper action with the opening tailgate to access the fifth wheel. It's work in progress. This thing just shows up. Let me see if it'll work out. Kind of looks right. Then I made my own duals. The fitment is just perfect. Oh yeah. Get a front to back shot. Oh yeah. Front bumper made. The body is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces, something like that. Made out of ABS. A little bit of sanding, some primer. The bamboos are absolutely killer machines. The print quality is insane. I mean, like, the detail on this thing. It's hard to get in there and look with this stupid iPhone, but it's good. It's real good. Then we can take the body off. I took the Vanquish chassis, and right when it dipped down for the rear bumper, I chopped it off. And it had an old Axial SCX10, like original. Cut that frame and glued it back together. I should not have welded the bumper to the frame. Lesson learned. Front bumper, we made detachable. Rock sliders, we cheaped out. Took the easy route. This bad boy has a dual dig in it with my 6% lockout. So I could lock the front tires, lock the rear tires, do burnouts, or I could just run front wheel drive or rear wheel drive in neutral. So power just the fronts and have these neutral, or just go rear wheel drive and have these in neutral. This has been super fun to play with. Got these China Dog shocks. It's basically just a stock Phoenix, other than has my parts, frames extended, and I put F10Ts on there. I printed my own foams. Man, these things feel so good for this little truck. Printed my own little hubcap. Made my own dual. Basically, it's this is the first version. The second version, if you look, a little bit beefier, but this version, crazy. Like, it doesn't squish. So these are pretty stout. I trust it. Plus, it has an aluminum one, so it's only sporting 50% of the weight. But basically, I took a TGH wheel and then gave it an insane offset. Oh, somebody must be here. But all you do is put the hub in the back and then sandwich the hub and the aluminum rim in between the two, and boom, you got a freaking pretty sweet dual. I didn't want to put the tire in line and then have the dual sticking way out like everybody else does. I think it looks absolutely ridiculous. This looks like a real truck, in my opinion. I mean, having this width and then having another tire stick out, I just think they look so goofy. But this worked out pretty good. Here's the trailer that I've been building for it. I mean, it's pretty big. I think it comes up to, I think it's like 4 feet or something like that. 36 inches, and then whatever the tongue is. But there's the truck for scale, and I think this wheelbase is like 15 or more inches. So I'm thinking I can fit a bug, and then if I build a ramp right here, I get like a half a bug right here, and then I could probably get 3 bugs or vehicles on this bad boy. Let's move the truck off. Oh, she's heavy. The funny thing is the the truck's heavier than the trailer. So I just kind of tinkering around with the laser, trying to engrave wood slats into the bed. Problem is the laser's only so big. So, and I just don't have the time and the patience to try and line it all up. So this is what I came up with. I was thinking about just like cutting them out and then gluing them all back together. It might be what I eventually do. But this looks cool. I think it looks cool with the like slotted deck as opposed to just a solid sheet. And then I got a bunch of these things from work. They're like terminal mounts for fiber to the home, little splice boxes. Stainless steel, and I had a whole bunch of them. So I was like, oh, usually we just kind of trash them. And I was like, I'll use these, practice welding stainless. That worked out really well. Stainless is super fun. I really enjoy it. This is like where I started using filler. No, right here. Started here using filler rod. This is my second attempt with filler rod, doing a little better. Then my third attempt. Come on, focus. Fourth attempt. Fifth attempt. Sixth attempt. Just kept getting better. It was pretty fun. Just like all of this is basically glued together with no filler, except for up in here I tried to melt some stuff together. But she's super strong. I mean, I was trying to stand on it, honestly. I think it might bend before it snaps, so it's kind of cool. Made my own little wheels with hubs. Just 2 bearings in there. Small thread. Looks pretty sweet. But anyway, these little projects that I've been tinkering on. Been kind of taking a little bit of a step back from the buggies and doing some other scale stuff. Been really enjoying it. If you guys like the video, comment, like, whatever those YouTube guys say. It helps me keep going. I like to talk to you guys. I try to reply back to every comment. Thank you all for the support. About hit 1,000. We hit 1,000 subs, so that also promotes me to keep making these videos. But thank you guys. Adios.